Reached my favorite time of year. Welcome to mock draft season. There, you see on your screen, number 97, Nick Bosa. He's going to be on the top of most charts. Look, Nick Bosa is a dynamite player, and the Arizona Cardinals have to take him at number one. You're talking about a disruptive playmaker, a guy who has everything that you look for. When I looked at him at Ohio State, the thing that stood out to me is he is an outstanding instinctive player. He makes plays against the run and pass. Here we see a little zone read concept, runs it down, makes a play near the line of scrimmage. But what the Cardinals really want, they want his pass rush ability. His ability to turn the corner, to make plays, to get a fumble. Those are the kind of disruptive plays that the Cardinals need. That's why he's going number one. At number two, the San Francisco 49ers, they need another pass rusher. And I think Josh Allen from Kentucky is the guy that they have to go after. For a team that finished tied for 22nd in sacks, they have to find a way to get better. He is the pick at number two. At three, Quentin Williams from Alabama. You talk about a defense that ranked 29th in overall scoring, gave up 4.6 yards per carry. I think that changes when Williams is inside. You put him beside Leonard Williams, I think they get better in a hurry. At number four, the Oakland Raiders have to be looking at the kid Rashawn Gary from Michigan. Versatile player, can play inside and outside. We haven't really even seen him max out his potential. Dominant athlete, someone that will give John Gruden what he desperately needs, another playmaker on the front line on defense. At five, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have to be looking at the ultra-explosive Devin White, the linebacker from LSU. Sideline-to-sideline playmaker, very disruptive, natural playmaker, can do it on the run, also against the pass. I think is a nice fit in Todd Bowles' defense. At six, the New York Football Giants take a risk, and they go and get their franchise quarterback in Dwayne Haskins. I know he has only played one full season as a starter at Ohio State, but he has everything that you look for at the position. Prototypical thrower, a guy who can make every throw in the book, natural leader, and when you dig deeper, he does what some quarterbacks aren't able to do. He throws with superb touch, timing, and anticipation. Here we see it. Corner route coming open. He's going to let it go before the wide receiver even comes out his break. Puts it on the money. These are the kind of plays that they desperately need in the Giants offense. I think he's the heir apparent to Eli Manning. At seven, we're going to go to Jacksonville, and everyone has been beating up the Jaguars because they have Blake Bortles at quarterback. Well, we've now found a replacement. Daniel Jones from Duke University. Daniel Jones is a dual threat playmaker, super athletic and explosive, gives you a lot to add to this offense. Leonard Fournette in the backfield, and then you got a dual threat who's also capable of making throws. This offense gets better in a hurry with Daniel Jones under center. At eight, the Detroit Lions select Clelin Ferrell, defensive end from Clemson. You don't know what's going to happen with Ziggy Ansah. Matt Patricia wants to upgrade this defense. Why not take an explosive edge rusher, a guy who has done it for years at Clemson? You're talking about a team that has been able to get after the passer, but they want to get better. Ferrell is the pick for them at number eight. At nine, how about the Buffalo Bills go and get a pass protector for their quarterback, Josh Allen? Jawan Taylor from Florida. Last year, the Bills allowed 41 sacks. We saw Josh Allen running for his life. Even though he was spectacular in that fashion, I think you want to keep him upright. Taylor gives them that blindside protector, someone to upgrade that offensive line. At 10, the Denver Broncos go and get another corner, Greedy Williams from LSU. When this team was at their best, they had three corners that could lock down and get it done. Now you're looking at Chris Harris and Bradley Roby. Adding Greedy Williams to that mix gives them a big physical corner, a guy who can play that nose-to-nose press corner style that they like. At 11, the Cincinnati Bengals. Cody Ford, offensive lineman from Oklahoma. The Cincinnati Bengals are really undergoing a full reboot. We saw some nice things from their offense with Joe Mixon, Tyler Boyd. They have A.J. Green. But up front, they have struggled since Andrew Whitworth left. I think Ford comes in, gives them a solid piece on that offensive line. I think they can build around him at the point of attack. At 12, the Green Bay Packers go to Florida and get Ja'Kai Polite, a guy that can play outside linebacker or defensive end in Mike Pettine's scheme. you're looking to upgrade this pass rush. Clay Matthews is getting older. You haven't really got a lot from Nick Perry. You're looking for someone that can be dynamic. Even though they have a new offensive head coach in Matt LaFleur, he knows that the defense is where they're going to make their money. I think they're going to get a pass rusher to help this team out. At 13, the Miami Dolphins stick close to home. How about Hollywood Brown from Oklahoma? Big-time playmaker, speed, explosive. He can take the top off the defense. And look, they still have an issue at quarterback. Is Ryan Tannehill going to be the guy? The one thing that you can do to help him play better, get him more speed, more weapons on the outside. Hollywood Brown is a difference maker on the perimeter. At 14, the Atlanta Falcons continue to add pieces to a defense. Dan Quinn is taking over as the play caller, so he is smitten with Dexter Lawrence from Clemson. Big physical defensive tackle. He can play on the nose, he can go to the shade and play the 3 technique. Regardless, he's going to help them against the run, put them in favorable positions so then they can rush the passer on obvious passing downs. Dexter Lawrence is a big upgrade on the inside. At 15, the Washington Redskins really have a quarterback problem. Alex Smith is hurt. You don't know if it's going to be a career-ending injury. Can he come back? But regardless, they need to start making plans for the future. Drew Lock, quarterback from Missouri, he appears to be a nice fit for them at 15. He is a nice thrower, big arm, super talented, still has some growing to do, but man, he could serve as an apprentice behind Alex Smith or Colt McCoy and eventually become the starter in a couple of years. At 16, the Carolina Panthers have to upgrade this offensive line. Jonah Williams, offensive tackle from Alabama. The Panthers allowed 32 sacks. We saw Cam Newton get beat up a little bit in the pocket. I think they realized they have to upgrade this offensive line. Jonah Williams is a nice fit. He gives them something that they don't have, a big physical mauler on the edges. At 17, the Cleveland Browns select Andre Dillard, offensive tackle from Washington. They gave up 38 sacks, which was 14th in the league, but they also didn't necessarily dominate the way they wanted to on the run. Dillard is a physical player, a people mover, certainly comes in and should be able to start right away on the edges. At 18, Minnesota. The Minnesota Vikings are looking to solidify this offensive line. So much of the blame went to Kirk Cousins for not being able to play, but how can you do it when you don't have the offensive line? That is why Greg Little is the pick here at 18. Solid pass protector, good on the run. They need to get better in both facets. I think he is the pick for them. At 18. At 19, the Tennessee Titans can't resist taking another player on their front seven. Christian Wilkins from Clemson. He is the pick. When I watched him on tape, he can play anywhere on their front line. From 1 to 9 technique, he can play over the nose, he can play outside, he can stand up, he can do so many different things. I think Mike Vrabel would love to have this kind of difference maker on his front seven. At 20, the Pittsburgh Steelers go after another cornerback, Byron Murphy from Washington. He is a terrific player. And I know some people say he hasn't played that long, but when you've seen him on tape, he does everything that you look for. He's physical. He has great ball skills. He can play with a variety of techniques. For a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers that are transitioning in the back end, he is the ideal selection at 20. 21, the Seattle Seahawks go after Montez Sweat, defensive end from Mississippi State. He is a freak show off the edge, does a great job of collapsing the pocket, can come with a variety of techniques. I love the way he bull rushes, but also has the speed to turn a corner. He is going to be someone that impacts a Seahawks defense that is beginning to make strides under Pete Carroll. At 22, we have to surround Lamar Jackson with better playmakers on the outside. DK Metcalf, wide receiver from Ole Miss, is the selection. Man, you talk about big, fast, and physical. Outstanding hands and playmaking ability, a catch and run specialist. He is the perfect target for Lamar Jackson to find as a new number 1 receiver in Baltimore. At 23, the Houston Texans add another weapon to the passing game, Noah Fant from Iowa. You talk about a guy that is the new hybrid type tight end that everyone in the National Football League is looking for. He can line up outside, he can line up attached, he can create mismatches all over the field. He is someone with DeAndre Hopkins on the outside. Deshaun Watson will fall in love with the big playmaking tight end from Iowa. At 24, Jalen Ferguson, defensive end from Louisiana Tech. The Raiders were last in scoring defense a year ago. They lost their top playmaker in Khalil Mack. They have to find someone that can replace some of that production. We're going to go with Ferguson here. He is a guy that is a dominant pass rusher off the edge. Broke Terrell Suggs' sack record in the NCAA. He is someone that should come in and be an immediate difference maker for the Raiders. At 25, the Philadelphia Eagles continue to fortify a strength. I'm going to go with Zach Allen, defensive end from Boston College. Super explosive, nice hands, wins his one-on-one situations consistently. For the Philadelphia Eagles, it's just another guy to throw in the rotation. I like this pick. I like where he fits. I just don't think you can have enough pass rushers when you're the Eagles. At 26, Kevin Harmon, wide receiver from NC State. We saw the Colts make a surprising run to the postseason. They were able to do it with really T.Y. Hilton being the only established playmaker on the outside. You now have T.Y. Hilton. You have Eric Ebron. You add a young, dynamic playmaker in Harmon. Andrew Luck gets better. He's more comfortable. They continue to add pieces to the offense. I think the Colts can be a dangerous team to face next season. At 27, the Oakland Raiders lost their number one receiver when they traded away Amari Cooper. They go and get a number one back in N'Keal Harry from Arizona State. Big physical playmaker, outstanding ball skills, consistently wins the one-on-one matchups down the field. He is someone that John Gruden will love to build this passing game around. At 28, the LA Chargers are looking to beef up their interior. Draymond Jones from Ohio State, a defensive tackle. Physical at the point of attack, can command a double team and defeat it, will allow their linebackers to run and chase. We saw them play with 7 DBs. You get a big physical man in front of them. You can be really creative with those packages. I like what the Chargers could do if they bring Jones on board. Okay, here we've reached 29, and I'm going to say this. The last 4 picks haven't been determined because we don't know how the championship games are going to play out, but we're just going to go by record, and we're going to put the Patriots in this slot. And at 29, maybe the biggest draft day surprise, how about Kyler Murray, quarterback from Oklahoma? And I know what you're saying. Tom Brady says he wants to play till he's 45, but imagine the creativity and the playmaking ability that Kyler Murray would bring to this offense. Josh McDaniels has gone off the grid once and done it with Tim Tebow. Imagine having a young, dynamic playmaker that can enhance this offense. I love the potential fit of Kyler Murray going to the Patriots and this explosive offense that they already have. At 30, the LA Rams upgrade their linebacker core with Devin Bush, the playmaker from Michigan. Sideline to sideline playmaker, gives them something that they lost when Alec Ogletree was traded away to the Giants. Someone on the second level who can be an impact player and a difference maker for Wade Phillips on that defense. At 31, the Kansas City Chiefs have to continue to fix this defense. And I'm going to say a cornerback is the priority. DeAndre Baker from Georgia. Nice hands. The Jim Thorpe Award winner will give them someone who can not only press, but he can play off. He gives them the versatility that they need in the back end. And at 32, the Green Bay Packers will take advantage of the pick that the Saints sent them last year when they got Marcus Davenport. And I'm going to say they get a running back, something that they haven't done in a long time. First-round running back Josh Jacobs from Alabama, explosive playmaker. Down at Alabama and Tuscaloosa, you saw his ability to run it, to catch the ball out the backfield, to make big plays. Aaron Rodgers has not had someone that defenses have really had to defend. You put him behind Aaron Rodgers, I think this Green Bay Packers offense goes to the next level. So there you have it, 1.0, my first version of the mock draft. Look, hit me on Twitter. I know you're going to eat me up at Bucky Brooks. Make sure to follow all of our stuff here, NFL.com, for the latest on the 2019 draft season.